Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, yesterday when we were on the floor, the gentleman from Henry spoke in opposition to Senate Bill 1368, which was the Senate version of a House Bill, House Bill 2367, that addresses telecommunication regulation that I've been working on with Delegate Hugo, Senator Saslaw, the industry, and the State Corporation Commission for at least the last 6 months. When he started talking, it was obvious that he was basing his remarks on outdated information from the State Corporation Commission. I attempted to point out the error and give the Chamber current and accurate information to provide to all the members, and as is right, he refused to yield. So off he went, raising concerns that had been long ago addressed through amendments to the bill or clarified through discussion with the State Corporation Commission. He railed about the time bomb, saying the State Corporation said in its analysis that this bill could inadvertently impact the State Corporation Commission's ability to get the necessary rate of return information from electric utilities like APCO and Dominion. It's true that they raised this concern probably a month ago when the bill was first introduced and came before the subcommittee. And since that was never the intent of this bill, clarifying language was added to ensure that there was no unintended consequences. This also affected, I believe, water utilities as well. But that was probably a month ago in the first subcommittee meeting. So when the minority leader took his seat, I thought I did a pretty good job of correcting the record and pointing out that all we had just said had been addressed, but apparently not. Yesterday evening, a constituent forwarded me an email that was blasted out about 6:29 last night, long after our discussion on the floor. The title of the email was, "Telecom Bill Limits the State Corporation Commission's Ability to Get Rate of Return Info on APCO and Dominion." The email further perpetuated the false information beyond this chamber to citizens across the Commonwealth. In the email, it goes after members by name: Delegate Kilgore, Delegate Merricks, Delegate Marshall, and Delegate Moorfield, in case you didn't see it, attacking them for voting for this bill that does not do what Delegate Armstrong says it does. I'm reminded, Mr. Speaker, of Mark Twain's comment that a lie can spread halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes, or in this case, halfway across our Commonwealth. This episode reminded me of earlier this session when the same thing was said, exclaiming that a certain utility rates had gone up by 90%, when the facts showed the number was actually 33%. He was probably publicly corrected in at least 2 committee meetings, but never bothered to check the facts until a member of the media called him on it. I know email blasts were also sent out on this as well. Mr. Speaker, facts do matter in this body, and I do believe, even though it was used in the Bible under different terms, the truth shall set us free. We make real decisions here about public policy that affect millions of Virginians and Virginia companies. I'm not going to make any assumptions about the motives for doing this. It is an election year. I hope that we will all stop and think before we put misinformation out or don't check our facts first, that we're doing a grave disservice to the people of the Commonwealth. It should not be an election year of fear and misfacts, but go out and stand on the truth and defend your bills for what they are. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman has the floor.
You know, I find it interesting, Mr. Speaker, kind of like having a baseball player argue with an umpire after the call went their way. I'm glad I have such an impact that after the bill passes that I receive such attention on the floor of the House. The gentlewoman can say what she wants, Mr. Speaker. I don't make any apologies when I stand up for the people of my district and the people of this state when I don't think that this General Assembly has paid enough attention to consumers and consumer protections vis-a-vis telephone company or the electric company. the gentleman wants to take the side of the utilities and not do what I think is necessary to protect consumers on either electric rates or telephone, she can do so freely at will. I make no apologies for the communications that were sent out or the positions I've taken, period.